For the first time ever, you had 4 fast bowlers who could all bowl at over 90 miles per hour.
Michael Olin, Andy Roberts, Joel Garner, and Colin Croft.
We were called the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. We were called terrorists, dangerous, murderers. We were called all sorts of things.
These guys were physically intimidating. Joel Garner, 6'8".
And he was always coming either at your toes or up at your neck.
That is the enemy at the other end. Those fellas wearing the pads on the back, those were the enemy, and it's my intention to make life for them very uncomfortable.
Colin Croft, him have an action you can't understand. There is a menace to society.
I was scary. I know that. You knock a guy down with a bouncer and you smile and you laugh. I am here, get out of my way.
He asked him, Crofty, suppose your mother was at the other end, and he said, boy, if my mother was at the other end, she's the target.
And he was a hitman and labeled the hitman just because he was hitting people.
I hear people say that I was a hitman. I didn't go out to try to hit people. It's just that a lot of people get hit.
There are different styles, but Michael was called Whispering Death.
The umpire couldn't hear me coming. He had to keep on looking behind him to see if I was actually running in. And I suppose the death came from the pace at which I bowled, that it could create death.
The team by 1979 was stronger, much, much stronger. We were on top of our game, all of us. Superb, premium. That's professional sport at the highest level.
Right, I'm gonna fight. We had a mission, and a mission that we believed in ourselves, and we believed that we were just as good as anyone. Equal, for that matter.
All is fair in love and war. African rhythm.
Yeah, that's really 1 in a million. Born to bowl a cricket ball. Michael, in that stride, would put fear into any particular batsman.
Never shown emotion, so nobody know what to expect. That was me.
We were making India really buckle under a pressure here, you know. The Indian team was like the walking wounded.
The Indians thought we were overdoing the fast bowling, surrendered the test match to the West Indies almost as a show of protest.
And if it can't take the pace, get out.
The 60s and 70s particularly, it was a real revolutionary time throughout the Caribbean that highlighted the tenor and the tempo of the times. Black people were still not regarded as equals. This whole disparity between have and have not, white as have and black as have not, still existed. In the Caribbean, as in America, black power fervor was very much on the rise, so very much part of the upheavals at the time. To imbibe in black West Indians a sense now of your own power, of your own self-worth and pride.
Well, I encountered some ignorance before, but this was very different, very, very different.
The crowd, people in the crowd did say things that shouldn't have been said, things that weren't politically correct, where people would tell you about your heritage or your background or go back to the trees that you came from.
You black bastard, and I get rather annoyed anyone's gonna call me a black bastard because I'm not.
You stop and look and see where the comment came from, then they would laugh and so on, because to them it's a big joke. It degraded me and downgraded me a great deal.
I was naive going to Australia and I thought Test cricket was a gentleman's game. I lost it. I just could not believe that this was taking place.
Michael just went and sat down and could not believe, and tears was coming out of his eyes.
Could we beat our former masters at the game they created?
This driving ambition was always towards England specifically, seeing cricket as the vehicle through which they were expressing rebellion against this British colonizing power.
We were playing against our old masters, and therefore we had to up our game to be able to beat them.
We wanted to show Englishmen, you brought the game to us, and you know that we are better than you.
The English, as you know, do adore Test match cricket. England would rather lose a battleship than to lose a Test match. When hearing that, you know how serious it is.
Beating England was more satisfying to me than anybody else.
Say down, they grovel. And I intend, with the help of Closey and a few others, to make them grovel.
Grovel.
They grovel.
Grovel.
To make them grovel.
That wasn't a clever thing to say. The timing was very, very wrong, especially given the situation in South Africa with apartheid.
Here was this guy, you know, apartheid still going strong, and he's going to make these black guys grovel.
The appetite was there immediately. Clive Lloyd said, guys, we don't need to say much. Our man on the television have just said it all for us. We know what we got to do. We took that seriously. Very, very seriously took it.
I've not seen our guys so focused. That comment alone was sufficient to set the tone for the whole series. The bowlers, they really turned on the heat. He made the others suffer for what he said.
Hard, and in typical Closey style, he hasn't rubbed it.
My word, Brian Close did well to avoid quite a nasty accident there. It was really fired in extremely quickly. Only at the last possible minute did he manage to get that head out of the way. That's hurt him. That's somewhere round about the mark where earlier he let one bounce off him. That really must have stung him. Close trying to take this pace attack, but extremely difficult. Enough is enough. He's really overdone the short pitches. Brian Close is going to be a mass of bruises when he gets back into the haven of the pavilion.
A new row has erupted over dangerous bowling. A former chairman of the Cricket Society warns that unless rules are tightened, 10 cricketers will die and 40 more will suffer brain injury through being hit by a ball this summer.
The world more or less portrayed the West Indies team as brutal, bring the game into disrepute. But the adrenaline that's going to be pumping, the tension that would have mounted from that ill-fated comment, we were going to release that ball at a serious pace.
Everyone said it was the hottest summer in England for donkey's years. Well, I think the heat was felt by the English, not by the West Indians.
That's really good bowling from Andy Roberts. Spectators would hardly have had better entertainment.
The crowd, more so than anyone else, took a turn at Tony for what he said. They reminded him and they kept on repeating it, so I think he got the message.
Whenever he came into bat, he would have it. If they were tired, guys would find the strength just to make sure. And it wasn't getting him out caught in the slips. It was like just knocking his poles over. Bang! Wow, those were some special moments.
A very disappointed, disenchanted Tony Great there.
You can't forgive, but you never ever forget.
Righteousness must always stand. Those guys were heroes, people that epitomized the struggle. That also was a part of the struggle of the Caribbean.
It started to take that side of consciousness, and I could identify more than anything else the pain which our brothers and sisters would have been through.
Their fight certainly was our fight too. Through the cricket, we would be able to carry a message to the white world, to balk this racism by defeating it on the field of play, by truly making the cricket field a level playing field.
Revolution will not be televised.
Show me my respect and bow down.
The revolution will be live.